Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm gonna show you step by step how we made an almost 5x profit in this Facebook trade. And without further ado, let's go see it. We are looking at Facebook stock. Facebook has been an amazing stock to trade in the most recent months. Today I want to show you what could be another interesting opportunity on this stock. We are using three indicators: the bottom stop signal, the levels and zones, and the RSI Exhaustion. Of course, if you want to test the indicators yourself, you find the link in the description down below. So what's going on with Facebook? Well, Facebook recently had a rundown from about 190 to 175. We are now at let's see, 175 and 74. So the general overview of Facebook is that, except for this past months where we had kind of a little bit of a downtrend, but it's more like a sideways movement. But then the overall idea with Facebook is that it is in an uptrend. So you see the picture, the big picture is a clear uptrend. And I'm expecting to see a further movement to the upside right now. Why? Well, it's pretty simple. With these indicators, we are going to understand what's going on here. So we have a downtrend. I'm sorry, let me draw a line for you. So this trend line here, you see we have a downtrend here, but at the same time the RSI is kind of moving to the upside. So just from this basic analysis, we can clearly see that this downtrend and the whole downtrend from 190 back to where we are right now, it's really not sustained by the RSI, because the RSI is moving in the opposite direction. So we can say that we have divergence, and divergence is the rule number one when we are looking for a setup. So first rule, have divergence between the price action and the RSI. The second rule would be to have exhaustion. The exhaustion, you can see exhaustion in the RSI Exhaustion, and it's exhausted, in particular bearish exhausted, when it is red. And in this case it is red here right now, it is red here, it is red pretty much in this area, it is red. So as the price went down, the RSI was pretty much exhausted, but right now it is exhausted, which is the most important thing. So we have divergence and we have exhaustion, which is the rule number 2 to check. The rule number 3 is to have a bottom, and we have a bottom. The bottom was just confirmed at the close of this candle, so you should always wait the close of the next candle, and if it closes and the previous candle is a bottom, then it is confirmed to be a bottom. Of course, not every bottom is going to be a major bottom, but this is why it is important to make further analysis like the one that we are making right now, to understand whether this is going to be a great opportunity or a minor opportunity, or maybe an opportunity that we should skip. So back to the rules. Number 1, divergence. Number 2, exhaustion, and number 3, a bottom. We have a setup, so we can place our order here. So the entry level would be around where the price is currently at. Regarding the stop loss, well, if we look at the macro picture here, we can clearly see that we have this amazing support here. This amazing support at around $173, which is, of course, it is indicated by the levels and zones. So the levels and zones says that we have a support here, we have the buy area, which is the green area, and the price is almost close to the buy area and the support as well. But what I'd like to point out is that it started to be a support right here, But we as technical traders, by looking at the chart, we couldn't tell this was a natural support because we had no evidence from the price action before. But the indicator said this is going to be a great support. And in fact, the price went up and now it's moving down. It's moving down, and then it went up, and then it's getting closer to this support. So this is going to be where the price is likely, very likely going to make a rebound. So regarding our setup, of course, if you want to be conservative, we just set the stop loss to be a bit below the support level, so that if the price comes down here, okay, we are sure that we have the buy area which protects us, we have the support which protects us, and then ultimately if those are not enough, we will end up in a losing trade. But at this level we are extremely safe, extremely safe. Regarding the target, well, of course, the price was at more than 200 just a few months ago. So I'm expecting if we get an upward movement, the price should move, probably it will come back to this level at least at 200. But since we want to be safe in our trading and we want to be conservative, I will place my target at this resistance area. So if we get an upward movement here, then the chances that the price will move and retest this resistance area are very, very high. If instead the price keeps moving down, then the chances that the price will hit the stop loss are very, very low, because we are protected by the buy area here and we are protected by the support here. So this is an extremely safe trade, and the risk reward is actually very, very interesting because it is almost a 5x return. Right now I cannot tell whether the price will bounce back from where it is right now or it will move a little bit down, but as I explained, we are playing safe. So this is the most important thing. Avoid the losses, minimize the losses, and play safe. So let's just wait and see how the trade plays out. Okay, a quick update. So the price went lower, but as I expected, what's protecting us is this support here. So the price is within our, let's say, the stop loss area, but I'm looking at the RSI, which is still trending up, which is even better because it means that the price goes down and the RSI keeps moving higher, which means that the price should move higher anytime soon. And if it moves higher, then we are extremely safe because we can then maybe, but it depends on the price action, maybe we can move the stop loss to break even so that in the worst case scenario we will not lose any money. Right now it is down, of course, but we know that we never should get emotional. We made an analysis and the analysis is correct because we have extra confirmation from all our indicators that the setup is very, very likely to be a great setup. So we just need to be patient and see what the price action does. I'd like to take a chance to comment on the bottoms, the previous bottoms. So of course these were valid setups like this one. There was a bottom here, there was exhaustion here, and also divergence as well. But so technically you could have traded this one. But the point is that you should have placed the stop loss at least below this level here, but to be safe below our support, just like we have placed now in our trade. So the risk reward by starting with an entry price here to target this level up here, this resistance level, and to have a stop loss below here, the risk reward would have been very, very bad, probably a 1-to-1 approximately. Then we got another opportunity here, and just as the previous one, this is a valid opportunity, but again, to play safe, you should have placed your stop loss below the support level here, and of course the risk reward would have been worse than the one that we have now. So what I just did was to wait and be patient. Maybe I would have loosened the opportunity because maybe the price would have moved higher from this point here. We never know, but we definitely can't wait and be patient. Maybe we will not get every opportunity, but we want to get the most promising, the opportunities with the highest, where we have the highest confidence that they are great opportunities. And so I just waited. I waited for in this case, and I also waited in this case because I wanted to have a greater confidence that the price would not drop any further. And since the price moved like this, so it continued with the same trend to go well, this gave me the extra confidence that this support would in fact act as a very strong support. So I just got, luckily, I just got a greater opportunity here, and I just placed my order. Right now we are losing a little bit, but let's see what happens with the price action. Another update on this trade. So guys, the price is now moving higher. It actually tested the support level once more here on this candle, but now the price has moved into the profit territory. It's about one third of the whole target, but the most important thing is that the price is now moving higher, just as we expected. And if we have a look at the RSI as well, the RSI is increasing, which is a good indication because the price is increasing as well. So the upward movement is sustained by the RSI, and the RSI is also exhausted, which means that the upward movement can still be sustained as well. So of course we are interested in exhaustion, and we get concerned if it is exhausted, if we see any divergence. So the price goes up, the RSI goes down, and it is exhausted, then we get concerned and probably we might get a sell opportunity. But right now, just the fact that it is exhausted, we see that as a positive sign because we expect the price to move even further, and moreover the RSI is not even overbought. So this level here, it's totally not a concerning level. The RSI could just move higher and higher and higher, and the price can skyrocket. Of course, we are not sure, but we are expecting the price to move even higher and ultimately reach our target. I'll keep you updated on the trade as we move forward. Now it gets interesting because what we got is a double top here, one here and one here. They are both confirmed, of course, and the RSI is slightly trending down. So technically the price goes up and the RSI goes down, so we have technically a little bit of divergence. We have the RSI exhausted and we also have a top, so technically this is a sell setup. Of course it's a valid setup, so this is a valid setup. However, I do not trade this kind of setup, and I tend not to believe this setup. First of all, because I still expect the price to move higher. So my initial analysis was correct. I still believe so. because we had enough evidence given by the divergence, given by the exhaustion, given by the bottom, and given by this amazing support down here, that the analysis, the initial analysis, is correct. But moreover, what you can see is that the RSI, it is true that is slightly divergence from the price, but it is definitely not overbought. Typically, I do not trade this kind of opportunities because I don't believe yeah, sometimes they are actual opportunities, but sometimes they are just false opportunities. Because you see, the RSI, the evidence, it's not that high, because the RSI right now is kind of right now it's just 50, and it went high as 66, so the RSI could just move higher to maybe 70, 80, 90, even 90, and stay that high for an extended period of time, and then the price would just move higher and higher. So of course, if the same would have happened with an RSI at this level, so this high, maybe like the first top here of the RSI at 80, and then another one, it went down, and then another top at, let's say, 70 or maybe 60, like a kind of a significant trend, then I would have picked this trade, or at least I would have closed my current trade. But right now I'm just staying into this trade. I do not expect this to be a valid setup. Maybe the price will just move a bit lower, but for the sake of security, you can just set your stop loss to break even, maybe right here, so that you are 100% in a risk-free trade. I currently do not, because I want to see what happens in the next candles, but of course I keep you updated on this trade because it's becoming very interesting. I have another quick update for you guys. So as I was just saying in the previous update, I did not fully believe this setup, so I skipped the opportunity and I kept my trade open. In fact, the price now is a lot higher. So what I did right now, since the price went even higher, is that now I moved the stop loss to break even, so that approximately in this level right here. So in the worst case scenario, I'm gonna make money, but I do not expect the price will come down at this level, because I mean the RSI has just moved higher, and it is now a little bit overbought and exhausted. But as I said before, the RSI could stay overbought and exhausted for a prolonged period of time, and the price could continue to go higher and higher because of this. So I just check the trade, I keep it under control, but we must be patient. In this kind of trades, we just need to be patient and play it safe. So I believe that eventually the price will reach our target, which is at this resistance level. It's not over, so we are not done yet, and there's still quite some way to go, but I'm pretty confident we can get to that level, given the setup that we have right now with the price, with the RSI and all our indicators. And finally we got to the target, so let me extend this for you. So you see, we reached the target up here, and we closed the trade with almost a 5x return. It's a 4.85x return, which is phenomenal, because it means that we can potentially lose the next almost 5 next trades and still be profitable. During the trade, since last update, we got 2 other tops, one here and another one here. These tops were to be avoided because they were not actual tops. And you could have understood this by looking, of course, you always want to compare the bottom top signal with the RSI exhaustion. And because the two just tell you everything. And in this case, the top here was not supported by any evidence in the RSI exhaustion that this was going to be a top, because the RSI exhaustion, it is true that it was exhausted at the moment and in the previous candle, but it was not diverging. So there was no divergence, and the rule number one, which is divergence, was not true. So this was to be skipped. And the same applied for the higher one. So this is a higher top. So the price goes up, but as you can see, let me draw this for you. So the price goes up here, but the RSI goes up as well. I mean, this is not a natural trend line. This is just to show you that the RSI goes up. There is no divergence. There is nothing. So you should always skip this kind of signals, because either they are minor signals or maybe they are false signals, like in this case. So you just want to isolate the greatest opportunities, like in the case that we placed our order, or maybe the opportunities before, just like I commented earlier in the video. So this one and this one, they were all these three, 1, 2 and 3, they were all valid opportunities. The only difference is that the last one, it is the one that we took, is the one with the highest reward in respect to the risk. This was lower and this was lower, but they would, all three would have been winning trades, because if you would have, for instance, in the first one, if you would have set the entry price around this level and then the stop loss below here and then the target up there, then you would end up with a winning trade right now as well. The only difference was the return, which would have been much lower than the one that we got, and we got this just because we were patient. So we had the patience, we waited for the opportunity to come, and then we got it. Of course, we were not sure the opportunity would have come, but this is the approach that I like to have. I only concentrate on the best opportunities. Of course, it largely depends on your overall trading strategy, on your risk attitude. So you might take different opportunities than mine. You might like to trade more than I do, or maybe less. It depends on you. It's very personal. But the most important thing is to have patience and play safely. So guys, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to like it and subscribe as well if you didn't already. If you have any question, feel free to ask, and I'll see you guys in the next opportunity.